Good morning. It is Friday and it is Barbara, the East Coast Dragon Lady, coming with you as promised last night with a very interesting story, something that happened to me yesterday. So you probably caught my about 3 4 minute real talk chat about the information from the nine when I was actually in the car. And then I came home, I did some work, and at lunchtime, after lunch, I noticed that I had a line appear across my vision. It was like almost like it was in my eye. And it was interesting because there was a bright light behind it, but it looked to me like there was and there was almost like symbols over the top of it, and it was sort of getting bright. It was all on my right side, very bright, and it looked like some black and then purple, but very small. And it almost reminded me like inside of an MRI. If you've ever opened your eyes, you've got it very low. I felt like I was going into a tunnel where it was coming down at me. And then I suddenly realized that I couldn't focus my eye at all. And I'm like, oh, I think I've got a transmission. I felt like I was getting a download because it was always coming in on this side. And then I got a little bit, I would say, a bit dizzy. So I thought maybe I'll lie down. If I'm getting a download or a transmission that's important, maybe I need to lie down. And when I did, I just became aware of this extremely bright light. It was just massive light that literally blinded me. I guess that's what you'd say. But I was aware of these symbols above my head. And I asked telepathically, like, who are you? What is this? And they said that I was on the ship. They said I was on the ship and they were scanning me. And I said, well, why am I being scanned? And they said, we're scanning you for devices. We want to make sure that you don't have any implants or any of that stuff. We're not here to do you harm. We literally want to scan you. And then I realized, and then they told me I was on the mothership, which is what the nine have referred to with me. They don't always refer to it that way with other people, but for me, they talk about the mothership being the ship that oversees all the other extraterrestrials and ships, and I've talked about that before. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. And I realized then that I was on the ship and being scanned. I don't know how long. It's always just minutes, but to us it seems a whole longer. And the next thing I was aware that I was back in my body because I felt like I'd been taken out of my body for them to scan it back in my body. Now, I unfortunately suffer with motion sickness, and this has happened to me before that I've been taken into the future very fast, like warp speed, stopped, shown something, and brought back, and it takes my body a while to reintegrate. Yesterday, I literally was disoriented. I like my brain wouldn't function almost to the point where I had a class last night and there were some things I couldn't remember. Like I couldn't remember where the link to, I mean, there were simple things, but where the link to the group was. And I realized that it had taken me several hours of feeling disoriented, unsettled, my body to settle back down. This morning I feel probably 98% better. Still a little bit unsteady is probably what I would use. It was almost like when you get a virus and you're feeling a little bit off, a little bit nauseated. That's it. But I definitely felt nauseated. Excuse me, to me, it felt like travel sickness or motion sickness. So I just wanted to share that with you because this morning yesterday I used the Kyle Gray cards, the Gateway of Light Activation. And today I have pulled another gateway, which is the Hathor light codes, light immersion, full system upgrade, and power recall. And what they told me, as soon as I saw this, I knew there was another message. So I'm going to sit with this. I may just post it on Facebook. There's definitely a message there because that's what I experienced yesterday was light immersion, full system upgrade, and power recall. And that's what they're asking us. If you remember yesterday, I talked about they're asking us, those that recognize that we're lighthouses, we're the beacons, we're the, and Hathor has come up. So this is Hathor's message about just bringing in that light. And there will be some of us, they're telling us that I'm not the only person that is going to be experiencing this purification, if that's the right term. They wanted to check my body. And if you know anything about spirit release therapy or any of that things, we can have implants, we can have things put on our body to track us. I'm not going to go into all that detail, but we know it happens, and sometimes we're not aware unless it interferes with energy, interferes or makes us ill. Sometimes just going in and scanning somebody's body, you can find them and get them removed. This was a massive scanning and literally pulling out anything. They never showed me what it was, just whatever was there was removed from my body. I was hoping it was going to help my back, but I guess it's not I've never thought that my back issues were implants, but clearly not, because it felt almost like I was being magnetized. I was very trippy was the word I used. Not that I've ever been on any of those trips, but I felt very trippy, sort of out of it. So that was, it was an interesting experience, but I'm going to have to ask them that if you want to take me up to the ship, could we do it slower so that I don't have this like evening of being disoriented. So I'd be interested, again, I would love to hear from you that have had the same experience, whether it's the nine, whether it's galactic. And I was also reminded, because everybody knows me as the East Coast Dragon Lady, but I was also given a title many years ago of Galactic Ambassador, and they're asking me to bring that back online. They're saying, yes, we know you do deal with dragons, or you are the Dragon Lady. We want you to remember you are the Galactic Ambassador, that we want you to speak for us, rather like the dragons have said to me. We want you to speak about us. We want to speak about what happens with us, how we can help. The same with the galactic energies, the galactic beings. The nine in particular feel that it's very important that they're saying there's many of us that they're giving the same message to share what we hear. So be on the lookout for more messages about this Hathor's light codes, because I'm going to sit with it now. But I've done 8 minutes and I want to keep them so that I can get these on Instagram as well, just so that I can get that out there. So if you have questions, you can find me at eastcoastdragonlady.com. That's my website, or eastcoastdragonlady@gmail.com. I'll be back soon.